The 1970 Lincoln 1 cent is one of the most recognizable coins in U.S. history. Here's a detailed look at its history, design, composition, varieties, and value. 1970 Lincoln Penny History. Basic information. Country: United States of America. Denomination: 1 cent, 1 cent. Year: 1970. Series: Lincoln Wheat/Memorial Series, Lincoln Memorial. Designer: Obverse Victor David Brenner. Designer: Reverse Frank Gasparo. Edge: plain. Shape: round. Diameter: 19.05 millimeters. Weight: 3.11 grams. Composition: 95% copper, 5% zinc. The 1970 penny was struck before the U.S. changed the composition to mostly zinc in 1982. Because of its high copper content, many collectors prefer these older pennies. Obverse front. The front shows Abraham Lincoln's portrait. Liberty. Date: 1970. In God We Trust. This portrait was introduced in 1909, celebrating the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first regular U.S. circulating coin to feature a real historical person. Reverse back. The reverse displays United States of America. E pluribus unum. 1 cent. Lincoln Memorial. The Lincoln Memorial design was introduced in 1959 to celebrate Lincoln's 150th birthday. Interestingly, if you look closely, you can actually see a tiny image of Abraham Lincoln sitting inside the memorial, making this one of the few coins where the same person appears on both sides. Mint locations. The 1970 pennies were struck at 3 mints. Philadelphia. No mint mark. Mintage: 1,898,315,000. Denver. Mint mark D. Mintage: 2,891,438,900. San Francisco. Mint mark S. Proof coins only. Mintage: 2,632,810. The famous 1970 S small date. The most famous variety is the 1970 S small date. There are 2 date styles: large date, small date. The small date is much scarcer. How to identify it? The 7 appears level with the other numbers. The Liberty lettering often appears weaker. The top of the 9 sits slightly lower than the 7. Collectors highly prize the small date variety, especially in high grades. Double die varieties. Some 1970 pennies have doubled lettering due to a die-making error. Examples include doubling on Liberty, In God We Trust. Date. Strong double dies can be worth significantly more than ordinary coins. Value. Circulated coin, usually worth 2 to 20 cents, mainly for copper content and collector interest. Uncirculated, typically $1 to $20 plus, depending on condition. Proof coins, usually $3 to $20. 1970 S small date. Values can range from $30 to several $100s. Exceptional certified examples can sell for over $3,000. Rare errors. Collectors also look for off-center strikes, broad strikes, double strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, repunched mint marks RPM, double dies. Major mint errors can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Historical context. The year 1970 was a period of major change in the United States. Some events from that year include Apollo 13 mission, Vietnam War, the First Earth Day, 1970, growing environmental movement. Millions of these pennies circulated during this era and passed through the hands of Americans during an important period in U.S. history. Copper content. Each 1970 penny contains approximately 2.95 grams of copper. Because it is 95% copper, many collectors save these coins. Highest auction prices. Most 1970 pennies are common, but rare examples have sold for impressive amounts. Examples include high-grade 1970 small date coins selling for $3,000 to $18,000, depending on certification, condition, and rarity. Exceptional mint error coins can also bring several $1,000s at auction. Interesting facts. It was minted before the 1982 switch to copper-plated zinc. Abraham Lincoln appears on both the front and inside the Lincoln Memorial on the back. Over 4.7 billion 1970 pennies were struck for circulation. The 1970 small date is one of the most sought-after modern Lincoln cent varieties. If your coin matches your description, your coin reads, United States of America, e pluribus unum, 1 cent, liberty, in God we trust. 1970, Abraham Lincoln. This is a 1970 Lincoln Memorial cent. If it has no mint mark, it was minted in Philadelphia. If it has a D below the date, it was minted in Denver. If it has an S, it was minted in San Francisco, which also produced proof coins that year. If you'd like to know whether your 1970 penny is a valuable variety, upload clear, close-up photos of both the front and back, especially the date and any mint mark. And I can help identify whether it's a large date, small date, or a possible error coin.